So our local legislators are pushing for a bill that would ensure that there's South Jersey representation on the Turnpike Authority's board. Do you support that initiative?
You know, the composition of our board is set by statute. Currently, we are a member, 8 board members. The governor appoints 5 of those board members on the advice and consent of the Senate, and then he appoints 1 on the recommendation of the Senate President and another on the recommendation of the Speaker of the General Assembly.
Well, then, as a general rule of thumb, you know, the Parkway was merged with the Turnpike about 10 years ago. Why do you think it's taken this long to see any real momentum in the area of South Jersey representation? And do you think that there's been any cost to not having a specific South Jersey voice on the board to date?
In the past, we have had board members from South Jersey. I don't think that the hometown of my Board of Commissioners dictates the agenda for the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. And I think that we're doing a tremendous amount of work in South Jersey right now. Between the work that we're doing in Cape May County, the work that we're doing in Atlantic County, that's over $700 million worth of work. So we obviously have major capital improvements underway and in plan to continue to improve the infrastructure in South Jersey that we are responsible for.
The Port Authority of New York and New Jersey is studying the possibility of a takeover of Atlantic City International Airport. Some officials in our area believe that any movement in that area could renew discussions about NJTA absorbing the South Jersey Transportation Authority. Are there ongoing discussions within NJTA about this possibility, and do you think a merger could be beneficial or a real possibility?
You know, you're right. Periodically, we've all heard those discussions. The Commissioner of Transportation, James Simpson, is the chairman of my board and of SJTA. The only new news that I've heard is the same that you've heard, which is that the Port Authority is commissioning a study of some sort to look into, I guess, their relationship with the airport and the potential for that. But beyond that, there's been no other formal conversation that I'm aware of.
In the past couple of years, in our area, the Turnpike Authority has been criticized for some of the projects that have been implemented in South Jersey. The tree clearing on the Parkway was a major point of contention I guess a couple of years ago. First, we had thought that NJTA said that you were doing this for safety reasons, and later we learned it was related to the Parkway widening. Why was the message about this project so garbled, and why move forward with the tree clearing when there wasn't funding in place for the widening at the time?
I think we got a bad rap on the tree clearing. Couple of things. Tree clearing is important for 2 reasons. The first is safety, but the second is it does enable us to advance the widening work. When I say safety, we had, in the years preceding the advance of the tree clearing and the widening, we had over, I think, 40 tree-related fatalities, right? That's a significant number. Of that 40, between mileposts 30 and, I'm going to say 64, 8 of those fatalities, 8 lives were lost because of trees, cars running into trees. That is an inherently dangerous situation. So I'm glad we advanced the tree clearing work, because the tell of that is that between 2011 and now, we've had 0 fatalities in that same area. So related to trees. So again, tree clearing does save lives. And then the great thing, and let's talk about our capital program a little bit, is it enabled us to advance the widening. We had a widening project that was started, the first phase of the widening in the capital program, between 63 to 80. We knew we wanted to go further south. We just had to figure out how to fund that. And we figured out how to fund it. And in early 2011, the governor was able to announce that we were funding the second phase of the widening in the Parkway to go further south. That's great news. It adds another lane of travel in each direction. We currently have contractors working out there right now, so people can see the work that's going on and recognize that we're advancing this important project in South Jersey.
While we're on tree clearing, are there any plans for any additional tree clearing on the parkway anytime soon?
Well, tree maintenance is always a part of maintaining a parkway. We will always be out there. We have to prune trees. We have to clear trees. They die. We have to take them down. One of the things that occurred, we had that terrible storm. What did they call it? The derecho storm that struck. If we had not cleared the trees that we cleared, all the trees that people could see, and I went down there the day after the storm, and I was shocked at the number of trees that had been felled during that storm. They fell off the roadway because of the clearing. Had we not done the clearing, those trees would have fallen on the parkway, and we would have had major service disruptions. Safety would have been a tremendous problem. What if trees could have fallen on cars of people traveling? So from my perspective, again, I appreciate people's concerns, but there is a very real safety issue related to clearing trees and pruning them and keeping the roadway safe.
Since we're speaking about the criticisms that have come in the past year, you've taken a pretty hard hit from both residents and local leaders who sometimes say that the Turnpike Authority is out of touch with South Jersey. Do you think any aspect of that criticism has been fair? And what would you say to the people who think that NJTA doesn't understand what South Jersey needs?
That's a big question. We're a public agency. You know, we're responsive to all of our toll payers. We are responsive to the communities that we pass through with our roads. I don't think that it's fair to say that the Turnpike has not been in touch with South Jersey. The second day I think I started this job, I was down meeting at Ocean View, down at milepost 18. I have met with the delegation at Legislative District 9, District 2. I think 2 weeks ago I was with Senator Whalen at his office. I've met with the different constituencies and mayors. I was down at the Bass River Town Hall not too long ago. We are doing, as I mentioned earlier, a tremendous amount of our capital program in South Jersey. As a result of that, when we do these big projects, we have a series of public hearings that we go through in the locality where the project is being held. So we probably have done over 7 public hearings since I've just been here in South Jersey about projects that we're doing in Cape May County and Atlantic County.